Good afternoon. This is a head, heart, and handwork. So this is Saturday, October 14th, and I just finished the Friendstitch virtual retreat. Lasted 3 hours, 9 to noon on my time. I'm on the Pacific Northwest, and I really enjoyed it. The project this time, not my style, but that being said, totally and completely worth the amount of money I paid for this. So I took a bunch of pictures as I unboxed it. Let me throw them in here so you can see what I got. Okay, as you see, as you open it, you get the box, you see this really cool tin. Now, apparently the color of the tin is Hershey brown. So it's like, ooh, a tin, yay. Let's go to the next one. You take the lid of the tin off, and there was some confetti and a coaster and a couple of skeins of floss. Not sure what those are for yet, but, you know, as you open it, you'll see. The next layer looked like this. There was a pattern, and you can see some more floss and some fabric and all of that filler. And then I forgot to take more pictures, and I unpacked everything and looked it out. So for the goodies, there's a little tomato, there's a swan-shaped needle keeper, a little ruler, a pad of paper, some beautiful floss. It's all Weeks Dye Works, 2 skeins of DMC, and you can see 2 patterns. In the upper left, there's an envelope. I forgot to open it. Or no, the upper right, there's an envelope, and there's another pattern in there for a scissors fob. So I'm going to be honest, none of the patterns really spoke to me. The colors did. I loved Weeks Dye Works, and I love the colors. But what the highlight of this particular retreat for me is the presentation and interview by, oh shoot, let me go check their names. So the guests were Pat and Ann from R&R Reproduction Dye Works. They do that really cool old style linen if you're wanting to do samplers. They also own a shop close to somewhere on the East Coast in Virginia, close to Norfolk Naval Base, and it's called Dyeing to Stitch. I would love to make a trip because apparently they have hundreds and hundreds of models and examples. So their information about reproduction, they had all the historical knowledge, which I thought was really cool. You know, I majored in history in my undergraduate years, so hearing about the history of early American samplers and the materials they were using and how they got the materials and what all these different motifs that we stitch in samplers, what they actually mean, because of course they have meaning. So I found that really entertaining and valuable. I loved listening to them talk. They also helped design the big sampler, which looks like this. And you see, it's cute, but it's just, ain't my thing. I mean, I do like samplers, but I don't really care for these reproduction type samplers. But that's okay. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. So yes, it was thoroughly entertaining. It also, because I got to meet the ladies, I realized that they are, they did say they were in their 70s. So I'm like, if, I think Anne is still hand dyeing every single piece of fabric outside in the rain. She's in her 70s. Maybe I should stock up on some of their fabrics just to have on hand for my stash. So I did that. Traditional Stitcher is where I went to order it. So since I do go to quite a few of these retreats, or I'm starting to go to a few of these retreats, it's not uncommon to the projects, they fully kit them up and it not be your style, your thing. You're just like, what am I going to do with this? When I went to Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit in September, I met Michelle Bendy of Bendy Stitches. She is not here on TikTok. She is, however, on the Gram That Is Instant and the Tube of You. And she came up with this idea because she has the same problem, you know, and does not mind passing them on. She decided to start a retreat spot sampler. So usually there's some sort of motif, some part of any these retreats of the project that you like. You just don't want to stitch the whole thing. And so she decided to make a sampler showcasing this. I'm like, and then tagging it. I'm like, oh, this is such a great idea. I don't have any original ideas. I steal ideas from people who are brilliant. So I went through my stash and I picked up a piece of fabric. I picked out, this is by Silk Weaver. It's Newcastle 40 count vintage mocha. And it looks kind of yellowy. If I turn this way, it's a very nice neutral background. And so today during the Friendstitch, I stitched this little thing. This is the rooster from the sampler that was presented today, and this is a little black cat from the Halloween sampler. And again, I did 2 out of the 3 projects for Halloween, so I know I got plenty of money out of it, but it was just like, there's that other last chart. I'm like, it's cute, but I don't want to stitch that. But I love the black kitties. Black kitty. So, you know what? That works. And so, when I was talking to Michelle over on the Tube of You, I decided I'm not going to freak out and go through all of my old retreat stuff and see if I can find things that I liked a lot. I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to go from here forward. I'll do Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit for this year. Excuse me. And I'll pick out a motif out of the 2 projects, which were lovely, but again, I don't know if I want to stitch those. Materials are phenomenal, though. I got an idea with for each of them. They're both, like the Satsuma Street is circular or square, so it's a mandala, as the same with the ink circle. So it'd be kind of cool to just do 1/4 of it, so you still get the motif, or you get the coolness of the pattern. But I thought that would be, for both of them. It's like, I might do that. That way I get a little taste, a little sampler of it, and then I move on. But I also like the idea of adding to this. So I picked a big piece. This is a full quarter, fat quarter. So it's 18 inches long by, 27 inches wide. So, and it's 40 count. So this is the first time I've worked on 40 count. Oh my God, my eyes hurt. So I have a feeling this is going to take a while. Now I am doing 1/2. So I'm going to stick with the same font. I've printed that out, and I'll just use that from then on. And yeah, this is going to take years, but I kind of like this idea of it's like a souvenir sampler. So I think it's going to be kind of cool. So that's pretty much it. Oh, wait a minute. I did get something in the mail this week. Okay. So I'm working on a SAL that was started last year. It's called the Dark Queen of the Earth. And she's gorgeous. Go look her up. And I was looking at it, and her face is beautiful. I want to do the brown skin one. It looks more like Groot, that tree person. But her hair, all the designs that came up just didn't sit with me. And I was watching The Witcher, and I realized, oh, she needs to have hair like the Queen of the Dryads. It needs to be dreads, not this, cool color stuff. She's a dryad. She should have dreads, or, it needs to look like that. So I started looking around online, looking for patterns and things that would show me natural hairstyles and how to cross stitch them. And one of the things I picked up was this. Of course, I didn't turn around. It says the Women Who Rock Cross Stitch. I am not going to, I got this off as super cheap off of Amazon. Now, am I going to stitch any of these? No, but check out how Laurel Hill, this is Laurel Hill, check out her hair is done. So that gives me some idea on how to stitch it. Hold on. Okay, I messed up. It was Lauren Hill. And then right here we've got Whitney, and it's hard to see in this light, but her hair has lots of different highlights, so I can figure out how to stitch it appropriately. Hang on, let me show you another. And of course, the amazing Tina Turner. Check out that hair. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm kind of liking this one for this particular queen. I don't know if it's going to fit, but it gives me an idea how to stitch it so it looks right. I've also got a few other ideas from pictures online, so that's gonna be cool. So anyways, that's my weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful day and happy making. Later, y'all.